Hey guys, Sarferaaz Khaan here. San Francisco, a beautiful city in the state of California. As of 2021, its population stands at 8.75 lakhs. But back in the year 1847, it was not even considered to be a city because it had only 500 people with it. But within 5 years from 1847, the population jumps to 1.5 lakhs. How could this be possible? The only way that this could happen is immigration. But why particularly San Francisco? But why particularly California? Something is really fishy over here. Would you believe if I said that this mass migration happened only because of gold? On the other side, how shocking it is to know that a ship full of gold sunk in the ocean by a storm and later found along with the gold, but totally hidden and concealed by just one person. Who is that mysterious guy? So a lot of unanswered questions are going to be there in this video. So make sure you don't skip this and watch it till the end. Before that, if you're coming here for the first time and you're looking for ways to become the better version of yourself and gain amazing levels of knowledge, you have come to the right place. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned. We are going to go into the California gold rush.
Everybody talking but they coming to the shows. Pull up in the rows, now she wanna roll. Everybody talking but they coming to the shows. Pulling up, ain't no swerving.
On January 24, 1848, there was a carpenter, James Wilson Marshall. He was from New Jersey and he was working for a sawmill owned by John Sutter. So that is how the name Sutter's Mill came from. While he was working, he found some small pieces of gold along the American River, which was from the Sierra Nevada mountains. Upon finding the gold, he was completely shocked. His exact words were, "It made my heart thump, for I was certain it was gold." So just imagine, if you're walking along the road and you find a big piece of gold, how would you feel? You would definitely feel shocked. That is how he felt. So John Sutter and James Marshall tried to keep this whole gold thing a secret. It was not possible because already people were watching them taking that gold. Immediately after this, the information was spreading like wildfire, stating that there were large quantities of gold being found at Sutter's Mill. Even newspapers had this piece of information. Immediately, all the gold miners who are in and around America started to come to California just to take this gold. So all this started to happen in January, but by August 1847, the number of gold miners alone in California became 4,000. Excluding the population, only the gold miners were 4,000 in number. So San Francisco was covered like a swarm of ants by these gold miners. But it did not stop with this. The information even spread across oceans. The information spread to Mexico, Chile, Peru, and even China. Just imagine, where is America and where is China? So we can clearly understand that the information even crossed oceans. So all of the people coming to California had just one mindset, to become rich. But there was a big twist here. All of the gold miners who were coming to California were started to be taxed. More than 24,000 young Chinese miners came to California for the gold. But they were not welcomed by the Americans. In 1852, California placed a high monthly tax on these miners and they had no other choice than to pay this tax. So they were taxed according to the Foreign Miners Tax Act 1850. So they strictly said, if you want the gold, pay me the money and do whatever you want. Apart from taxation and stuff, California and its people became very rich. So what would happen if people became rich and richer? They gotta save their money or to keep their money somewhere. So private banks came into action in California. Only because of this gold rush, California was recognized as a state due to its richness. But within 4 years, the gold rush ended. Automatically, the quantity and levels of gold being found in California started to diminish. The gold started to diminish, and that is where the problem starts. So this is the time where the 49ers really suffered. So who are the 49ers? The 49ers is a particular word which is referred to the people who participated in this gold rush. Nothing much more. So after the gold started diminishing, all the private banks in California stopped lending money to people. Because gold was their only source of money for the banks, so they stopped lending anymore. At this time, there is a really important company that we must come to know about. Ohio Life Insurance. So all the investors of this Ohio Life Insurance company were not getting any returns For example, if you invest your money somewhere, you have to expect some returns, right? So they were not getting any kind of returns. They were completely blank. And they became so tensed because there was no gold in California. So all the investors started to pressurize the New York Bank, which was the biggest at that time. And the New York Bank in turn pressurized the Californians. As far as California is concerned, they had no money. They had only gold. So New York Bank started to demand their gold because they had only that. We want our money back. It's okay if you have no money, but you have gold. Return it back to us because all our investors want their returns back. So give your gold back to us. And eventually, California accepted to transport the gold back to New York. Finally, on 3rd September 1857, a ship called SS Central with over 600 men, including the workmen and the passengers, was loaded with 9.1 tons of gold, which was valued over $500 million at that time itself. So imagine the value now. This ship was set to voyage from Panama to New York to transport the gold back to the New York people. SS Central was a massive paddle wheel steamer which was captained by William Lewis Herndon. On September 9, 1857, the journey to New York starts. So it was very calm and composed at the beginning. But 2 days later, that is on September 11, things get really messy. What could go wrong in the ocean? A violent storm hits the SS Central. But luckily, the ship was still safe. It had taken a few holes and the water was coming in, but the ship was still floating and the crewmen were trying to repair the ship. But unfortunately and unexpectedly, a second storm hits the ship. This time it was very clear that the ship is definitely going to sink, and Captain William Herndon was damn sure. So the captain saved as much lives as possible because they had some lifeboats. But eventually on 11th September, the SS Central sank. Out of 600 people, only 53 survived. Wait a minute, what about the 9.1 tons of gold? Finished. It had sunk 8,000 feet underwater. So can you imagine what could have happened in New York? Because they were the people waiting for the gold. Because it was their money. New York fell into deep economic and financial crisis. But later sometime, they started to print money and revive themselves back economically and socially. But do you think the gold was never found? Let's see. Before moving any further, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying this video. Finally, in 1988, a treasure hunter named Tommy Gregory Thompson came up with a brilliant idea to find the ship as well as the lost gold. So the principle he used is called the Bayesian search theory, which is generally used to find lost objects, especially underwater. However, finding the ship and the lost gold was not an easy task, but it was made possible. On September 11, 1988, the wreck of the SS Central was finally located at a depth of 7,200 feet off the coast of South Carolina by a vessel operated by Thompson's Columbus America Discovery Group. But there is a really serious problem over here. Only 5% of the lost gold was found, and the rest of the 95% was still missing and it's still underwater. Immediately after this 5% of gold was found, all the insurance companies who were helping New York during the economic crisis started to claim this gold. So this particular gold was being transported only for our purpose. We had asked for this gold and it had come to us. That time it was lost, okay, but now it is being found, so it is gonna be ours. All these people claimed like this. So there were hundreds of cases filed against Gregory Thompson and the Columbus America Group. Till 1996, no one was considered to be the owner of this gold. Sometime later in 1996, a court order is being passed saying that 92% of the gold belonged to Gregory Thompson and his group. So finally, Gregory Thompson and his group were considered to be owners of the gold. But now there is a big twist here. To make matters worse, Thompson sold hundreds of gold bars and thousands of gold coins to California Gold Marketing Group in 2000, which was around $50 million. And what happened after this was, all the investors who helped Thompson find this gold underwater started to claim their money. This was not a very unfair ask and all, it was very reasonable and fair, because they helped him find the gold underwater. But instead of facing the consequences and paying their money back, Thompson fled away. Finally, in 2012, an arrest warrant was issued for Thompson, and in 2015, he was caught by the police. Till now, till date, Thompson did not reveal any information regarding this gold, and researchers state that he also knows the location of the 95% of the rest of the gold underwater. So every day he is and will be fined $1,000 per day until he opens his mouth about the information of the gold. So now he is of 69 years of age. So will the gold ever be found? Or is Thompson gonna stay silent? Who is gonna take that gold? Or even if it is found, who will be the righteous owner? What is gonna happen in the future? A lot of questions come in your mind. Anyway, let's wait for the future. I hope that this video is very interesting for you. Let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts about this California gold rush, all these insurance companies, Ohio Life Insurance, Tommy Gregory Thompson, SS Central, and lots more. So that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, chat with your friends and family, and drop your comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing.
I'll bring that fire, then I'll make it rain. Look at this boy, have I gone insane?